speaker number 258 is our fifth speaker, the property known as Garland.
The night is bitter, the stars have lost their glitter, the winds grow colder. Well, hello, pussycats! Would you like to hear a story? You know, I really must tell you, this very fascinating thing happened to me not too long ago. You see, I was in Paris with some friends, and Marlene Dietrich walked into the room with this big record. I mean, a great big record, you know, bigger than a 12-inch. I think it must have been about this big, you know. And she said, "Oh, darling, would anyone like to hear my record?" So, you know, we all said, "Sure, we'd love to hear your record." So she put it on, and I kid you not, it was just applause. Really, not a note of music. And my friend, he leans over to me and he says, "Well, you know, I certainly hope there isn't another side on this record." And there was. She was the woman who could give her heart upon demand, the woman known as the greatest entertainer of her time. She was Judy Garland. But her life of fame was not an easy one. In this play, she takes us down the yellow brick road of her incredible life and proves once and for all that there is so much more to Judy than a girl in a gingham dress. The Property Known as Garland by Billy Van Zandt. I love talking about Marlene Dietrich. I love talking about anything. I love when people ask me to talk about things. You know, once I had a fan ask me if all the munchkins in The Wizard of Oz were really all drunks. Well, they were, you know. Oh, yes, every one of them. They kept them all in this hotel across the way from MGM, and every night they'd just get bombed and have their little midget ways with one another. And then in the morning they'd send over a man with a big butterfly net, you know, and he'd just scoop them up and bring them to set. So that's MGM for you, huh? You know, in those days, I was known as the little girl with the big voice, also known as the hunchback and the fat one. You see, I never had the luxury that Marlene had of just being beautiful. Now, you see, I'm all legs with this hump thing here and no neck to speak of. My entire life, people have been trying to camouflage me, make me look pretty. They've changed my teeth, my hair, stuffed me into canvas body stockings to give me a waist. You know, for my television show, they even built me an rear end. An ass. So, you see, I may have $1 million legs, but also in a trunk somewhere, I have a $600 ass. But Mr. Mayor, though, he loved me. He always used to say, "Judy sings from the heart." And then his hand would always find my left breast. You know, I thought I was fortunate that I didn't sing from another part of my anatomy. But you know, back in those days, my sole purpose was to work. And as long as I worked, then their investments in the property known as Garland paid off. But if I got fat, well, then I couldn't work. So you see, I couldn't get fat. And that's why they gave me nothing but chicken soup for 13 years.